My Garmin thinks I'm going to run a 2:57:46 marathon. That's 11 minutes slower than my current personal best. If I trust that number on race day, I ruin my pacing strategy and miss my goal. With 1 week to go to the Valencia Marathon, we have 3 completely different predictions. Garmin at 2:57, Strava at 2:45, and HRV4Training at an aggressive 2:41. Trusting the wrong model could cost you your target time. Today, we're doing a data-driven background of how each platform beats its prediction, where the model fails, and which one gets the science right for a dedicated runner like you. Let's go! First, let's break down Garmin's approach. The core of Garmin's prediction is the first bit algorithm, which primarily relies on estimating your VO2 max. This metric represents your body maximum oxygen consumption, a foundational measure of aerobic fitness. The model takes your data user profile like age, weight, maximum heart rate, combines it with your recent training history, and calculates a number. It then correlates that VO2 max value to a theoretical race time based on established performance curves. Why does this matter? Because VO2 is a crucial but incomplete metric. It's like knowing the horsepower of a car's engine, but having no data on the fuel system, the aerodynamic, or the tire grip. It's just a piece of the puzzle. For marathon performance, factors like running economy, lactate threshold, and fatigue resistance are equally important. Garmin's model is conservative by design. It's designed to give a safe and general fitness estimate for a broad audience, not a peak performance prediction for a trained athlete targeting a specific race. In my data, the model's lag is glaring. My VO2 max estimates on Garmin has been slow to recognize significant fitness gain. The most telling example came after I ran a 1:17 half marathon, my personal best. That performance, which strongly indicates a sub 2:45 marathon capability, caused only a minor adjustment in Garmin's prediction. The algorithm didn't fully trust the new data point. It's heavily weighted towards a rolling average of your activities, making it slow to react to a breakthrough performance. It's looking at your engine's potential over the last few months, not your state at race day. So what's the verdict on Garmin's model? It's excellent for tracking general fitness trends over the long term. But for setting your race day pacing strategy, especially when you are in peak shape, it's unreliable. The VO2 max based approach misses the nuances of how your body is currently performing. It's a top-down model that doesn't take into account specific adaptations you have built during a training block. For a runner trying to execute a precise racing plan, this conservatism is a major blind spot. Now let's look at Strava, which takes a completely different approach. Strava uses a proprietary machine learning model that analyzes hundreds of data points from your entire run history, and instead of relying on one single physiological metric like VO2 max, it looks for patterns. It analyzes your top performance across different distances, your recent workout trends, and even compares your data to similar runners in its vast database. This is a bottom-up pattern recognition model approach. The context of why this matters is reactivity. A machine learning model can be highly sensitive to new information that indicates a change in your fitness level. This was perfectly demonstrated in my data. Before my 1:17 half marathon, Strava's prediction was much more conservative. But immediately after the race was uploaded and analyzed, the prediction adjusted dramatically. And then when I started the last training block of very intense and long trainings at marathon pace, the prediction went up to 2:45 and 49. The model recognized that a recent high-quality performance is a powerful predictor of future capability. It's essentially recalibrate the entire forecast based on the most recent data point. Analyzing the 2:45 prediction shows its logic. It's very close to my current PR of 2:46:58, which is a realistic starting point. The model isn't just guessing, it's saying, hey, based on your proven ability to run a 1:17 half marathon and your historical data, a time very near your personal best is now probable. This makes Strava's prediction highly relevant as a snapshot of your current business. It answers the question, what am I capable of right now? The verdict on Strava's model is that it's highly reactive to top performances, making it an excellent tool for understanding fitness ceiling. It's great for answering what if I raced tomorrow. However, its strength is also its potential weakness. Because it's so focused on output, your paces and times, it doesn't have deep insights into your internal physiology. It knows what you have done, but it has limited data to to understand how recovered you are, to repeat that effort or extend it over a longer distance. It sees the outcome but not the engine's current readiness. But here's where things get even more interesting. While both Garmin and Strava focus primarily on your running output, our third model goes deeper. This brings us to HRV4Training, which in my opinion is the best app to track your heart rate variability, and the founder is the indie developer Marco Altini, which by the way is an amazing ultramarathon runner. Follow him, you find the links in the description. HRV4Training takes the most personalized and physiologically grounded approach. Its model is not just about what you have run, it's about how your body is ready to perform. The foundation is lactate threshold estimation and heart rate variability, or HRV, which is a direct measure of your autonomic nervous system and recovery status. It combines this with your resting heart rate, training load from integrated platforms like Strava, and its own estimation of metrics like VO2 max, and most critically, lactate threshold. The context here is readiness. A marathon isn't just about your fasted 10K or half marathon time. It's about your body's ability to sustain a high effort for hours. HRV4Training's model can estimate your lactate threshold, essentially the fastest pace you can hold while still clearing lactate from your muscles. This is the physiological anchor for marathon pace. The app then builds a race model around this threshold, extrapolating what's sustainable over 42.2 kilometers based on your current physiological state. Me finding the 241 prediction and also the optimistic 235 is fascinating. It's an aggressive time compared to my previous PR at 246.58. But it's not a random guess. This prediction appeared after a phase of consistent training and good HRV readings, indicating strong recovery and adaptation. The model saw that my body was in a state of high readiness. It's essentially saying your engine is fine-tuned and recovered. Your physiological markers suggest that you can operate at a higher intensity than your recent race history shows. It's a prediction of potential based on internal signals, not just past output. The verdict on HRV4Training's model is that it is the most advanced for athletes who are still improving. It accounts for how recovered you are to actually hit your peak. While a 241 might seem optimistic, or even 245, it's based on the premise that if your physiology is primed, you can outperform your previous best. The trade-off is that the model is highly sensitive to daily fluctuation of HRV and requires consistent, high-quality data inputs. It's not just looking at your workout files, it's reading your body's morning readiness report. So with 1 week to go to Valencia sub 245 goal, which prediction holds up? Let's place them next to reality. My current PR is 246.58, Milan, April 2025, and my fitness indicates a sub 245 is achievable. Garmin's 257 is clearly the outlier. For a trained athlete, a prediction slower than a recent PR is a sign that the model is broken for this specific use case. It's a general fitness tracker, not a race day advisor. The real decision is between Strava's 245 and HRV4Training 241. Strava gives me a number that is safe, proven, and data-baked from my recent half marathon. It's the known quantity. HRV4Training gives me an aspirational target based on my body's readiness. Which number will I use? My recommendation is to use HRV4Training's prediction as a ceiling and Strava's as a floor. The physiological readiness from HRV4Training tells me that aiming for a pace that is equivalent to a 245 marathon is well within my capabilities. And if I have a perfect day, the 241 potential is there. I'll start conservatively for sure, and then I will gradually push towards a faster goal if I feel it. The critical insight is to use these tools together. Strava tells you what you've done, HRV4Training tells you what you're capable of if you're fully recovered. And this is where the engineering approach stops. The reality is that it's essential to remember that predictions are estimates, not guarantees. Placing excessive weight on them can introduce psychological pressure on you that might negatively impact your performance. I don't care about this prediction. To be honest, I don't use those predictions that much. The most reliable indicator is your own bodily awareness and how you feel. Reflect on your training block. Were you able to consistently hit your workouts with confidence? How does marathon pace feels during your last long run? Your body's signals, recovery, energy levels, and instinct are critical data points. Ultimately, trust your feeling. They are built on your entire training experience and provide the best guide for race day. Subscribe to see how this prediction will hold up against the real race in 7 days. Let's go!